We're out here in the garden on a nice warm June day having a look at my zinnias. They are some of my very favorite summer flowers because unlike things like peonies, you can cut these guys and they will come again and again and again. They'll just flower all summer. They keep on going. They're just such giving flowers and they're so colorful and happy, and I just think they're wonderful. Peonies, for example, they'll have like 1 or 2 blooms per stem and then that's it for the whole year. And although they're absolutely lovely, zinnias just really outdo them in the fact that they keep on going all summer long. Fantastic little things. So I've started quite a few of them in the greenhouse at different stages. I've got these ones are the biggest ones I've got so far, and then I've got these little guys, and I've actually got some that are just in some soil in the greenhouse right now, just staying nice and warm. I mean, the thing is, the night temperatures here are not quite consistently hitting 10 even yet, so I don't know, we're having quite a cold summer. It seems like summer's only just started. We're just hitting June now, so I shouldn't be too impatient about it, but it does get a bit, we kind of wanted to just get nice and warm now, nice and hot. But we're having a lovely day today, so I shouldn't complain. What I wanted to show you is what I've done is I find that zinnia seeds can be quite expensive. They're beautiful plants, they're well worth the money, and of course it's always cheaper to grow from seed than it is to go out and buy some plants that have already been done for you. But the seeds can be quite costly. Like I bought some beautiful ones, some ones I really love, which are little Cinderella ones. I got them last year. They're like little pom-poms, really special ones. And you know, you get them maybe 11 seeds per pack sometimes, and they can cost like £3 or something, which I think is really expensive. And so what I did last year, when so I cut the flowers throughout the year, used them, you know, for little bouquets, had them in the house, and then I let, towards sort of September, I let the last flowers sort of sit on the stems until they were completely dried up, completely dead and dried. And once they were dead, I cut them off, and I took them inside, put them on a tray in a single layer, and let them dry out for another 2 or 3 weeks just to make sure they were completely dry. And that's what you see in this box here. There's loads of flower heads, zinnia flower heads, and if you look at each one, they're not all completely separated yet. So you've got some, and you can just see how many seeds are in each of these little seed heads. Just so many. And so that's what I've been sowing now out here in these little trays. I did direct sow some, trying to see if that would work, because that's quite a nice easy way to do it. But we have so many birds in the garden, I think they ate them all. We definitely haven't seen anything germinating, so I just thought the safest thing to do is to get them going in the garden, give them a really good start, and then plant them into the garden. And what we see with these ones are, these are just really just starting now, so I'm going to leave them in the greenhouse for a little bit longer just to get them, they get lots of heat that way, they get consistent heat, overnight heat, and they're also protected from our little birdie predators as well. But I think these ones here are the right size to start nipping the tops off, because if you nip the tops off, you'll get for a lot sturdier plant. I mean, at the moment it's just ready to keep on growing really tall and then have a flower up here, whereas if I nip it down here, I'll get some branches coming out, and that will mean that I'll get more flowers eventually, but I'll also get a plant that actually can support itself and won't need to be staked or helped in that way to keep sturdy. So what I'm doing here, you can see these flowers are really densely growing. They're growing really densely, so it's tricky to find a little bit that's not really connected to the leaf beneath it, which is really tricky. But I want to get in there somehow with my really sharp scissors, get there and just sort of see if I can get it. You see, that was really tricky. It didn't really work that well, but I've got it nipped there. So not ideal. You see, I've only got one of these nice true leaves left. These are the little cotyledons. They're the first little leaves that come out, and they're not true leaves. So you actually want to have a set of true leaves, and I shouldn't have nipped it right there. It didn't go very cleanly, but I'm going to try the next one next to it now. See if I can get that. They are really tricky to nip. Let's have a little look and see. That one a bit better. Again, it's not the cleanest of nips, but that looks quite good. You see, because then what's going to happen now is that it's going to branch out from right here, and I'll get 2 branches there, and that should make it a much more sturdy plant, and I'll get lots more flowers. It does set the plant back a teeny weeny bit just right now, but in the long run, it's a good thing to do, and it will help the plant in the long run. So there we go, there's another one nipped off. Nipped. There we go. So I'll just carry on and see which ones can take a nipping right now. See, that one went really well. I actually think, I mean, they always say not to do it with nails and stuff, but I think sometimes it's better than with scissors, especially when these little kind of fiddly plants like these, they're so fiddly. There you go. So I just want to make them really work on branching out. There we go. And so what I'll do now is I'll let them stay in the greenhouse, stay nice and warm, nice and protected, get them to branch out a bit for the next few weeks. So I should just take the top two ones off. See, that one has actually large now. Won't set that one too much back, this one. Set back a bit. So I'm just going to leave those ones there and then let them just start branching out, give it a few weeks, and then I'll be able to put them out in the garden and see what we've got. And the really exciting thing about planting your own seeds is that because I actually planted several different ones last year. I went a bit mad, so I got Purple Prince, was a really big favorite, this big purple beautiful zinnias, and then I had, of course, the Cinderellas I talked about, the little pom-pom ones. They were peach ones, they're beautiful. And I had some Californian giants, I think they were called. They were really colorful and lots of gorgeous oranges and pinks, I think, as well. Lots of different ones. But essentially the thing is, once you are planting them all together, they're all going to cross-pollinate. And so the seeds I have in my little box of collected seed heads are going to be nothing like their parents. They're going to be completely mixed up, and I just have no idea what I'm going to get. And that actually makes it really exciting. So I might get some little beautiful Cinderellas, but I will probably get lots of different ones. So it's going to be really exciting to see. And of course it's a way of getting free flowers, really, so it's extra bonus. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how these ones are going to do this year. As I said, I'm going to keep them nice and warm for the next few days, next few weeks even, and then plant them into the garden, and I'll give you updates and see how they go. But if you are growing zinnias this year, I keep wanting to say Cinderellas, but that's a type of zinnia. So if you want to grow some zinnias this year, do think about collecting the seed heads this autumn and then just growing some of your own little crossbreeds or cross-pollinated ones next year, because it's loads of fun, I think. And we'll see how it goes. So I'll see you next time.